Everyone, welcome back to more stories from the world of One Pie. Today, Dragon and Shanks. In the current Hello Aptors, we've started to see more about Shanks' past, while Dragon's backstory has also begun to unfold through the events at God. From this small detail suggests that Dragon and Shanks had some kind of connection in the past, that they had met before. And that makes it interesting to think about, if Oda introduced this on purpose. Maybe it's meant to build towards something in the future. Perhaps Shanks and Dragon might have crossed paths again later on, and maybe even secretly cooperated. Throughout the story, we've seen Dragon traveling to various countries, starting revolutions and causing major upheavals. Meanwhile, Shanks is constantly moving from place to place too, warning people, preventing conflicts. Because of this, both Shanks and Dragon seem to travel around the world trying to change things in their own ways. So it raises the question, are the things they're trying to achieve somehow code-a-they? Since Dragon and Shanks met on God Valley in the past, that encounter must have some meaning behind it. It's likely something Oda included for a reason, so it's worth wondering whether they met again afterward. Considering Shanks' mother asked Dragon to look after her child, Dragon would naturally have tried to look for the two. And if Dragon eventually learned that one of the children was actually Shanks, that would make things even more intriguing. If the two of them really did meet again later on, what might have happened between them? Previously in the story, it seemed like Shanks went to Mary Joie's because he was searching for something. It also looks like he might have been connected to the release of Phi. Later, we saw that Shanks traveled to warn King Harren about something, but the king was killed before Shanks could reach him. Not long after that, Shanks became a pirate and eventually stole the god Val at the Woe. All of this clearly shows that Shanks never wanted to become some hidden, celestial being, or anything like that. And if Shanks and Dragon really did meet before, Dragon likely would have told Shanks' mother the truth, that she was killed by the celestial dragons during the God Valley incident. Even if he himself couldn't save her, but the Roger pirates would have known the story of God Valley anyway. However, something Shanks and Dragon likely agree on is that what happened at God Valley, the hunting of breeding stock by the celestial dragons, should never happen again. There shouldn't be another. This raises an interesting question. Could Shanks and Dragon have secret L in order? Dragon's revolution may be his way of helping countries escape being hunted or turned into the world government's next generation of disposable pawns. Meanwhile, shush. And if Shanks and Dragon really did team up, what would their ultimate shared? We already know Dragon and the Revolutionary Army aim to overthrow the celestial dragons. But Shanks' true goals are still unclear. We don't really know what But if Shanks' intention is to avenge his mother, then his target would be Figure H. This could be the reason why, in the final arc, Dragon, the Revolutionary Army, and Shanks might join forces. And that would also be the time when Luffy is destined to fight the giant demon mentioned in Clover's prophecy, which lines up perfectly with the direction the story sees. Looking back at the past events in Elbaf and God Valley, even though Shanks and Dragon technically have no reason to be connected, Oda might be using those backstory elements to set up the possibility that they are secretly cooperating in the present. Alright, that's all for today's discussion and analysis.